At this moment, it can be said that this is good news for many people when Prince Harry's U.S. visa application is evaluated by Joe Biden. This means that Harry will probably be clearly investigated, and if anything goes wrong, he will be deported from the United States. We will update the specific incident in this video. Welcome back, we are Kate Middleton and the Queen YouTube channel. So Prince Harry's U.S. visa application has actually been handed over to a judge with Joe Biden's lawyers, confirming that they did comply with the court order to do exactly that. So the conservative think tank filed a Freedom of Information Act request for Prince Harry's immigration papers. They were trying to determine if he lied about his admitted drug use on his visa application. And maybe Harry is shaking in his boots right now. He should be. But still, I hope they let him stay in the U.S. because I think that if he were to return to the U.K., it would be dangerous for the royal family. And as much as I don't like him in my home country either, still, at least it's a lot bigger than the U.K. I'm also not entirely sure that it's a good thing that Biden and his lawyers are involved in the handling of Harry's visa and visa application. Honestly, as far as I can tell, the president of the U.S. shouldn't be meddling in this arena, and he probably knows that. I wouldn't be surprised if this were a special personal favor from Biden to Harry. So maybe the Heritage Foundation needs to dig a little more, and they need to investigate Biden and his lawyers when it comes to their involvement in basically encouraging this abusive drug addict to enter the U.S. illegally, knowing good and well that he admitted that he was an abusive addict. And he lied on the application, or maybe he even changed it. I mean, we know there was no honesty in this. And I'm suspecting the only reason Biden is getting involved is because they're wanting something from the king and the rest of the royal family too. I mean, it's not like Harry and Meghan have anything to offer anybody. But I doubt anything is going to change. I'm guessing Homeland Security is going to pretend to investigate, and then Harry's going to get to stay in the U.S. as the spouse of an American citizen. If I were Harry, though, I would be very worried about how all this illegal drug abuse has affected Archofficial and Invisibed. I mean, supposedly they live with those two. I would also say it's probable that the public is never going to find out the full truth. And no matter what his immigration files say, he's not going to be deported, I'm sure. What we do know from Harry himself is that he has abused illegal drugs many, many times, and he likes to drink a lot, and he has a history of stripping down in front of people he doesn't even know. What we do know about Harry, and this is coming from people who were once close to him, is that he is a big fat liar. He has no respect for the lovely people of the UK, including his father, King Charles, his stepmother, Queen Camilla, his brother, Prince William, and certainly his sister-in-law too, Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Invictus Games is also not about the veterans anymore. It's all about making money for Harry and Meghan. And Harry also can never, ever admit that he's wrong about anything. Now, if Harry lied on that visa application, it's his own fault, of course. I mean, he knows the laws in America. He's been to Vegas, so he has to know what needs to be done about it. If not, why did Meghan not tell him everything to put down on his visa? Because she knows. She's American. Meghan knew what she was doing. She encouraged him to write whatever he wanted to in that stupid book. She has also claimed that she knows everything. I'm sure Meghan never even bothered reading everything he had written. She knew that he was going to get himself into trouble. That was her plan all along. Because see, when he gets found out about his visa application, she's going to really elaborate. She's going to take things further. But I do wish that we would stop hearing these reports that Harry's begging his father to return to the UK. After everything he has said, after everything he has written, after all the lies, Harry has no self-respect to even try to make anything of what life he has left in America. Another thing I don't fully understand about this recent report is, is it not that the lawyers for the Department of Homeland Security handed over that application to the judge? Why is it being attributed to Biden and his lawyers? Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, Meghan's lack of intelligence and incompetence aside, I would love to see Harry deported wearing handcuffs, as long as the plane wasn't heading back to Britain. But anyway, it's going to be interesting to see if anything comes of this. I mean, Harry told lies one way or another. Either he lied in the book and when he claimed that he had taken all these drugs, or he lied on his visa application when he claimed he didn't. But Harry should receive no kind of special treatment. I do wonder if we're ever going to find out the truth. Probably not. Now, if he did lie on his visa application, he should be in a lot of trouble. And if he told the truth on the application, well, other people might be in trouble, and they could have to explain why exactly Harry got special treatment. If he told lies in that stupid book, well, that's just going to hurt his reputation even more, although his reputation is already in the toilet, so I'm not sure that even matters. If I were him, though, I would be freaking out right now, because honestly, this isn't good for him either way. He also cannot use this, oh, well, I'm a working member of the royal family. He's not anymore. The late Queen Elizabeth took that role away from him when he stepped down as a working member, right before he ran away for Canada. He wasn't able to use his HRH anymore. He doesn't have diplomatic immunity. Now, personally, I think that his visa application was cleaned up. I don't think he's going to be sent back to the UK. He's not going to be sent to Canada either. Nobody wants Harry. Maybe the best place for him is Africa. And I know they probably don't want them either, but at least there would be an open market for Meghan's kitchen wares because they don't have a lot of jam or tea towels, I guess. And also, I think at one point in time, Harry really did care about doing charity work there. Now, of course, we've got this African Parks charity scandal, but maybe Harry could get involved in something else, something a little more on the up and up. If Harry and Meghan end up losing their Duke and Duchess titles, and then they were to get divorced, well, Meghan Markle would have no title whatsoever because she wasn't born royal. She's not allowed to hold on to a princess title. It's not like she can use Princess Meghan either because the late Queen gave her the title of Duchess of Sussex. Now, if they didn't have that title, then she would be allowed to call herself Princess Henry. But if Harry loses the titles, then automatically they're just going to be Mr. and Mrs. Mountbatten Windsor, which is their proper name. It's not Sussex, that's just what they want it to be. I think it would be best, though, if Harry just never returned to the UK. If he lied on his visa application, then he should go to prison in the US. And also, somebody needs to check up on those dolls who have been living in this drug-filled home with Harry and Doria. Somebody who's been smoking all kinds of stuff. And then there's Meghan, who gave little bags of pot to her wedding guests. I mean, not this one, of course, but the one before that, or maybe even the one before that. But anyway, children should never have to live in a home with drug addicts. And I don't think Americans are going to forget what they have done. That's Harry's big mistake. He came here believing that he and Meghan would be so important that they would be the new American royalty and their voices would be heard. I think that's what the drugs and a title did to him. He came here with Meghan to throw his family under the bus, not caring about what the destruction was actually doing to them. Americans are just rolling their eyes at their behavior. And also, why is the Department of Homeland Security worried about his privacy? He's not even a U.S. citizen. I don't care. And while we're talking about privacy, have they even read his book? Have they seen the 6-hour mockumentary? Have they heard all the interviews, including the Me You Can't See, or his interview with that Mata Gabor, whatever his name was? He violated his own privacy to a greater degree than releasing his visa application. He told lies in his book. That should affect the book deal. Or maybe he didn't lie on his visa application, and in that case, the Department of Homeland Security has a lot to answer for. So the big question is, are they the actual visa documents that have been handed over to the judge because the Biden team has had more than enough time to either alter the documents or issue another application? I mean, we know how those two have a little habit of paying off people. They'll even pay online bots to wreak havoc for anyone who doesn't like the truth being told about them. It's also been documented that he was addicted to drugs even before Meghan entered his life. I mean, his father Charles sent him to a rehab center for a little while. So he'd been addicted to drugs for a very long time, even when he was in the army. Harry needs help. I mean, he and Meghan are two incredibly disturbed people. And after all the drug abuse that Harry has admitted to, no wonder William doesn't want him around. Harry and Meghan need to stay far, far away from the UK. Charles better not dare bring those two back. I hope that he can just stand up and be a real king, take the titles away, and remove Harry and the Invisibles from the line of succession. That's the main content of today's news. Thank you for your interest and for watching the whole video. What do you think about the above topics? Please comment below to let us know. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye for now, and I'll be back to see you again soon in other interesting videos on Kate Middleton and the Queen YouTube channel.